All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the July 14th, 2021 Merrimack Agriculture Commission annual meeting. The time is 6:55. Monthly meeting, sorry. I'm still new with this. Comments from the press or public?
Mr. Chairman, I think that since I'm retired now, you should probably consider taking the chairman's place. And I asked the commission to consider that and have a vote about it, since it is a public meeting. So you take it from here.
Speaker? Shouldn't I put you as a guest because you're speaking?
Since I'm speaking?
Sure.
You hear
Yes,
me?
McCabe.
Because you're making a comment. You're the public.
I'm the public, and since
Okay.
the
Could you
Merrimack
state
Your
Agricultural
name and your
Commission-
address, please.
My name is Robert McCabe.
I got you. Guest speaker, public speaker. All right.
Is there
Since the Ag Commission does not have a full-time chairman now, I would ask the vice chair to consider the chairman position if the commission members vote him in. It's something to think about, and they can do it right now. And I leave it to you to do that.
I accept. I don't mind being the chairman, guys, so we just need a motion.
I would make a motion to nominate Ronald Minor III as the new commissioner of the Agricultural Commission.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can we do that as
Yep.
2-0-0?
3-0. No,
3-0-0?
Perfect. Done.
All right.
New business.
On the new business. Thank you, guest speaker. Moving on to item A for the Equestrian Center of Goffstown donation of $1,200. I just want to go through and vote for a yes for that $1,200. Revote that in. The money's $1,200. Anybody want to speak about it before we move on?
No, I'll make a motion that we appropriate a $1,200 donation to the Goffstown Equestrian Therapeutic Center.
Awesome. Any seconds?
I'll second that motion.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I think that carries 3-0.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Carries 3-0.
Mhm.
Bass, you voted yes, correct?
I did.
Perfect.
I
Thank
made
you.
the first.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
All right. Moving on to item B, the Eber and Trudy Courier memorial donation of $300. At the last meeting we had spoke, I had called that trophy place in Nashua, and we actually found a craftsman here, local to us,
In Merrimack.
in Merrimack. The final price on that was $300, and it's about 4 weeks out, you were saying, Bob, last time we spoke?
That's what I understand, yes.
Perfect, thank you.
And what was the gentleman's name that's doing?
It was, let's see,
It's Devin Gill.
Devin Gill.
Gill.
Devin,
yep, Gill Associates, right, I believe?
Gill?
Yes, yep. I'd like to get a final vote on that as well. If you want to make a motion on that?
I make a motion that we appropriate $300 for purchasing the memorial plaque or live
Oh.
edge wood.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed 3-0. Thank you. All right, moving right along here, I guess. On item C, the Holly Stone Scholarship. I know in the past we had discussed, it's always been a $500 donation. This go-around, we're looking to do 1,000.
Well, we had no candidates this year, so
Correct.
obviously we had already had
Mr.
that
Chairman,
planned.
Yes,
if I may, I had a conversation with Holly Stone last week.
Perfect.
And she's an environmental studies major, 3.8, 3.9 cum, grade point average. Going to school, New England College in Biddeford, Maine. An exceptional student, and I would hope that the commission would see through to pay for some of her fall semester directly to the college. Thank you.
thank you very much. I
Do we have
agree.
an address for them, Bob?
Not yet, but I will get it, Bess.
I would agree. I wish we could do more, but if we can do 1,000, that'd be great. Any more discussion on the matter, or?
I'll make a motion for the $1,000 scholarship be awarded again to Holly Stone to be paid directly to the college for the fall semester. That'd be New England College of Biddeford, Maine. Are you a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed.
I can look that up too. It must be on the internet.
I
Well, but
think
there
you
must
might
be-
need her student ID number too,
Probably,
to
mhm.
reference that check,
Okay.
you know.
I'll wait for your direction then.
I told her I'd call her back.
Okay.
Once this moves forward.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Item D, horse sense.
Well, when I was looking for a topic tonight and I was reading over what I decided to speak on, it just seems like everything I was reading was what we just automatically do as horse people. It's just what we've learned from the day one working around horses. And so this is more or less just the basic horse handling guidelines, more or less, that we just live with. Always speak to your horse before approaching or touching him. Some horses are likely to jump and may kick when startled. Always approach your horse from the front. If he's turned away from you, call to him or entice him with a treat to get him to come to you. Never approach your horse directly from the rear. Even in a tie stall, it is possible to approach from an angle at the rear. It's always very dangerous not to talk to your horse, to let him know you're in and about the barn or the stall that you're going to be entering. Pet a horse by first placing a hand on its shoulder or neck. The touch should be rubbing action. Don't dab at the end of the horse's nose. If he is tied, get him to look at you. Always notice a horse's expression before advancing. When working around a horse, wear boots or hard-toe shoes to protect your feet. Never wear tennis shoes, moccasins, or barefoot. We did all of that when we were kids. Always rode bareback and shorts. When working around your horse, tie him securely with a quick release knot or have someone hold him with a lead rope. Use cross ties when possible, but be sure they have panic straps or are secured with a breakable tie such as baling twine. Always work close to your horse. If you are near his shoulder, you won't be struck with the full force of his feet, nor will you receive the full force of a kick if you stay close to the body when you work about the haunches or pass behind your horse. Know your horse and his temperament and reactions. Control your temper at all times, but be firm. Always let your horse know what you intend to do. When picking up the feet, for example, do not grab the foot hurriedly. This will startle the horse and may cause it to kick. When lifting the foot, touch the shoulder or hind quarter and then run your hand down the leg. When you get to the fetlock, say up and squeeze the joint. The horse should pick up his foot for you. Work about a horse from a position as near as the shoulder as possible. When never stand directly behind a horse or directly in front of him. To work with its tail, stand off to the side, near the point of the buttock, facing to the rear. Grasp the table and draw it around to you. Be calm and confident, collected around horses. A nervous handler can make a nervous horse. Do not drop grooming tools underfoot while grooming. Place them where you will not trip on them and the horse will not step on them. Don't tease your horse. Teasing may cause it to develop dangerous habits for the rest of its life. Avoid feeding the horse treats from your hand frequently. Punish your horse only at the instant it disobeys. If you wait even for a minute, it will not understand why it is being punished. Punish without anger, or your punishment may be too severe. Never strike a horse about its head. To be sure, your turnout area has been checked for old machinery, broken boards, nails, poisonous plants, and wild cherry, red maple or black walnut. Fences should be checked frequently for loose nails, broken sections, and loose wire. If it is necessary to leave your halter on a horse, the halter should be a breakaway type. You can make a breakaway halter by using a piece of baling twine for the crown piece with a section of an old lightweight leather belt. If the halter is too loose, the horse may catch a foot in it, especially if he is trying to scratch his head with his hind foot. A loose halter may catch on fence posts or other pasture objects. Some leather materials will shrink if they get wet, so be sure to check the fit. Horse safety. When leading a horse, walk beside him, not ahead or behind. A position even with the horse's head or halfway between the horse's head and its shoulder is considered safest. Always turn the horse away from you and walk around it. Use a long lead shank in both hands when leading. If the horse rears up, release the hand nearest the halter so you can stay on the ground. It is customary to lead from the left near side, using the right hand to hold the lead near the halter. The excess portion of the lead should be folded, figure 8 style. When leading, extend your right elbow slightly toward the horse. If the horse makes contact with you, its shoulder will hit your elbow first and move you away from it. Your elbow can also be used in the horse's neck to keep the head and the neck straight as well as to prevent the horse from crowding you. A horse should be workable from both sides, even for mounting and dismounting. The horse is stronger than you, so don't try to pull him. Never wrap the lead shank or reins around your hand, wrist, or body. A knot at the end of the lead shank aids in maintaining to secure grip when needed for control. Never drape a lead shank or reins across your shoulders or neck. Don't wear jewelry around your horses. Rings can cut deeply into fingers, and bracelets can cut the reins or lead lines. Dangling earrings are particularly dangerous. Be extremely cautious when leading a horse through a narrow opening such as a door. Be certain you have a firm control and step through first. Step through quickly and get to one side to avoid being crowded. At any time you are dismounted or leading the horse, the stirrup irons on an English saddle should be run up or dressed. Be cautious of the stirrups of a Western saddle, which can catch on objects. Use judgment when turning a horse loosely, completely through the gate or door. Turn the horse around facing the direction from which you have entered. Then release the lead shank or remove the halter or bridle. Avoid letting a horse bolt away from you when released. Good habits prevent accidents. Avoid use of excessive long lead lines as to prevent you from becoming entangled, and watch the coils when using lariats or lunge lines. A little bit more. Know and use the proper knots for tying a horse. 2 basic knots every horseman should know: a quick release and a bow tie knot. Tie your horse far enough away from strange horses so they cannot fight. Tie a safe distance from tree limbs or brush to prevent the horse from becoming entangled. Tie your horse with a rope long enough to allow comfortable movement, but short enough to avoid becoming tangled or getting a foot over the rope. Never tie your horse by the reins, as he may pull back and break the reins or injure his mouth. Always use a halter. Be sure to tie an object that is strong and secure to avoid the danger of breaking, coming loose if the horse pulls back. Never tie below the level of the horse's withers. Tie to a post set in the ground, not to a rail or a fence. If a horse is broken loose, he is more likely to pull back again. So that's, next time I have a little bit more, but that's a little bit for tonight. And I will condense, of course. So just a few tips to to work safely around your horse. And as I said, most of these things we just grew up with. This is kind of like the Bible, of course.
Thank you
Beth.
very much, Bess.
You're
Appreciate it. Moving on to item E, treasurer's report.
Okay.
I didn't get mail, so on the
Oh.
back of the minutes is a real number, more or less. I gave Tammy a little more money last week for 2 or 3 more plots at the garden, but that 2507 is a real number.
Well, where do I have
Just flip it over and back and see a number.
do I have the treasurer's report?
No, you don't, no, but
Oh.
refer to item G from last month.
Oh, okay.
Yes, item G.
Use that number. Give or take.
Treasurer's, oh, I see, oh. Is that the one you marked?
Right here. Here you go, Bess. I underlined it right there for you.
Yeah, didn't he? Oh, okay, so you adjusted the amount,
I mean, you can add about $30 or $40 to that.
Oh,
number,
to
but
this amount.
That's a real number for a total.
the 2,507.24?
Right, I believe
Yes.
that's right.
Oh, okay. So that's what it is? And then the other is 135, 353.22?
I think those are pretty close, you know.
Oh,
The
okay.
chairman will have to go pick up the mail from now on.
All right. So I'll just add that in then. All righty. I think I have all of this in triplicate here. I get confused myself with too many of the
Right.
same thing.
All right, thank you, Bess.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to item F, review of draft minutes from our June 9th meeting. I went over them. They read well to me.
I don't have any issues.
Okay. Accept the minutes as read?
Yep, okay, motion?
Make a motion to accept the minutes as written. The June 9th minutes. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Thank you.
Mhm.
All
All
right,
right.
moving on. Comments from the press? Comments from the public?
Mr. Chairman, if you may,
Yes.
allow me. I got a call Saturday, an emergency at the community garden. The woodchucks and rabbits are out of control. So I brought 2 have-a-heart traps down there and dropped them off. One of the gardeners will call you
Mhm.
to bring them to Amherst or Bedford.
What was the name of the gentleman? I forgot.
Michael.
Michael, thank you.
Um,
Could you give me his number after this so I can put
I
it in
will
my
give,
phone?
I don't, yeah, I'll look at my phone. but,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
And then bring the empty trap back.
Yeah,
you know, Once
definitely.
you release them. Because, I mean, the garden looks very lush. I was very impressed. I talked to a couple of gardeners when I was there. I dropped off Sunday morning and, looks really nice. I mean, the stuff is this high.
Yeah. I drove by the other day with Phoebe. It looked great.
Yeah, I mean, with all the rain and all that, I mean, I'm sure people are really happy, so,
Mhm.
they did a great job.
So
That's
much for our drought year.
You know,
Probably
That's
could
all I
raise a
have.
lot of celery.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They have bugs over there, but I did leave all the bulletins I got from Bill's connection with Nate Bennett's at Goffstown. I put them in gallon Ziplocs, and I left 9 or 10 UNH bulletins for various beetles and cucumber beetles and squash bugs, and hornworms for tomatoes, and whatever I had, I left off there. So I told the gardeners, listen, if you want to take it home and make a copy, study it, bring it back, put it back in the, plastic envelope, and somebody else can refer to it if they wanted to. So I left it at that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Bob.
Yeah, what is the thing with the rabbits? Why were they, I mean, they're so destructive. I mean, for people with gardens and things, what was the purpose of, you know?
They repopulated, and the numbers are out of control because they repopulate so quickly. And if the gardener doesn't know to dig his fence in the ground, and the rabbits know to chew through plastic fencing.
What's
whereas
the
wood-
purpose of them?
We never had them before, and now we have them, it just.
Yeah, but why did we
There were-
need them in the first place?
From what I've read, I know back in the day there were a small number of them, but I guess it's to keep up with our habitat. With you're saying, I know me personally, I see a lot of red-tailed hawks more than ever than I've ever seen, and that's a big predator to them.
Well, we have
and
fisher cats,
Fisher cats,
coyotes,
coyotes,
raccoons.
bobcats.
Also, they're protected in Hillsborough,
a rat.
you can't shoot them.
I
Right.
mean,
M and L counties,
I
believe.
haven't seen
Zones,
any,
I mean.
I've seen one bunny come through my yard, I don't know what happened to it, but there's a big
Come to
black
my
cat
house,
I
I'll show you a
feed.
bunch
And then
of
I know the raccoons are out there, the fox are out there, the
Oh, yeah.
coyotes. In one given night, they'll all be on the surveillance camera. So, I mean, I can't imagine a bunny living too long in my neighborhood.
Having a party at your house.
Yeah, right.
But they
It's a
make so
wild
many
place.
bunnies, they're overpopulated already immediately.
And you wanted rabbits, remember? I remember you mentioning you had this
Yeah,
fantasy.
a couple years ago, yeah.
Fantasy about rabbits.
Now you're regretting it.
Well, NRCS wanted to bring them in, and as it turned out, they kind of came by magic, so,
I mean, they don't eat ticks or anything, like, at least turkeys eat ticks and all those nasty bugs.
right. No, the rabbits are just there.
I like 'em.
Saw a little couple of garter snakes. I don't even see snakes that often anymore. They were
Oh, we have snakes, too.
nesting in,
Yeah.
Brett's working on the back of the barn, and he
Yeah, yeah.
moved his big tarp off the wood pile.
They were there.
And two slivered up into the wall. I said, oh, how cool is that? Because they eat bugs. I don't like those, the,
Yeah, the first impression, they scare you.
well, no, they're just little things.
I saw a 4-foot one the other day out in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
A garter snake?
Yeah, a big one.
I see them all the
These were
time.
just babies.
He was
I
an
mean,
inch or better.
But, they just do their thing. They don't bother anybody.
Well, he
I mean,
was
they're
out there
not
for
like those
purpose.
big black racers that come out of the swamp.
I don't know.
And they're intimidating, but they're not,
It's a shock thing, I mean, it's a shock thing. Just back away.
Yeah, but they eat other bad things I don't like. Like, I like spiders, and not everybody.
All right. Comments from the commission? Anybody,
good.
anything anything to add?
I welcome the new chairman to the club.
Yes, yes, and can do that.
Thank you. Good to be here. Motion to adjourn?
I'll second that, or make the motion to adjourn.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, 3-0. We will see you all at the next meeting, August 11th. Thank you for joining us.